Hey there, rock and roll rebels! Welcome back to my channel, where we dive into the wild and wonderful lives of music legends. Today, we're cranking up the volume and taking a closer look at the one and only Keith Richards. Now, I know what you're thinking. Keith is a living legend, and his rock star lifestyle is the stuff of legends. So grab your air guitars and get ready to rock as we explore Keith Richards' larger-than-life lifestyle in 2023. First things first, let's talk about his life and his family. When it comes to the Richards family, let me tell you, laughter is their secret ingredient. Keith's family life is like a rock and roll sitcom that you wish you could binge watch. Picture this: Keith, the legendary guitar hero, surrounded by his wife, kids, and a flurry of humorous anecdotes. They're a tight-knit crew who knows how to keep the good vibes rolling. Now let's dig down to the fun part, the quirky and comical tales from Keith Richards' personal life. One of my absolute favorites is the time Keith decided to teach his pet parrot how to talk. You won't believe what happened next. Instead of mastering human speech, this feathered friend picked up a collection of Keith's signature guitar riffs. Can you imagine a parrot shredding satisfaction or "Start Me Up"? It's like having a mini Keith Richards perched on your shoulder. Another laugh out loud moment came when Keith accidentally mistook a fan's prosthetic leg for a guitar during a live performance. Yes, you heard that right. In the heat of the moment, Keith reached out to grab what he thought was his beloved instrument, only to realize it was someone's artificial limb. Talk about a priceless rock and roll mix-up. I can only imagine the fans' shock and Keith's bewildered expression. When it comes to family, the Richards clan knows how to have a good time. They have a unique way of bonding that often involves music, laughter, and a touch of mischief. Rumor has it that Keith and his daughters, Theodora and Alexandra, have spontaneous jam sessions in their living room. Can you imagine being a fly on the wall during one of those impromptu rock sessions? It's like having a front row seat at the coolest family concert ever. But the laughter doesn't stop there. Keith's wife, Patty Hansen, is known for her quick wit and playful banter. Their relationship is a constant source of amusement and joy. One of their ongoing jokes revolves around who can come up with the most creative guitar-themed puns. From axe-sectional to strum-tastic, they've got the humor game on lock. It's clear that laughter is the glue that holds the Richards family together. Now let's go to his love life. Young love. Keith Richards had his fair share of romantic entanglements, and it all started with his first love. Her name was Linda Keith, and she was a true beauty. Keith was completely smitten with her, and they were inseparable for some time. But do you know how it goes? Rock and roll life can be a bit turbulent. As Keith famously said, "Love is like a rolling stone, you never know where it's gonna end up." Well, in his case, it ended up rolling him in different directions. Now let's fast forward to the iconic relationship between Keith Richards and the stunning Anita Pallenberg. These two were like fire and gasoline, igniting passion and creativity wherever they went. Anita, with her striking looks and bohemian spirit, became Keith's muse, but their relationship wasn't without its challenges. Keith once quipped, "If you're going to kick authority in the teeth, you might as well use 2 feet." Well, it seems like their love was a rebellious force that couldn't be tamed. Now here's a juicy chapter from Keith Richards' love life that had everyone talking: his connection with the legendary Marianne Faithfull. These two had a passionate love affair that sent shockwaves through the music industry. They were like two magnets drawn together by their shared love for music and the rock and roll lifestyle. But Keith being Keith, he always had a witty remark up his sleeve. As he once joked, "Some things are better left unsaid, I'll probably end up saying them anyway." Well, Keith, we're certainly glad you did. As I reflect on Keith Richards' love life, I can't help but admire the man's zest for romance. He never settled for ordinary. He sought out extraordinary connections that fueled his creative fire. His love quotes are not only hilarious but also carry a nugget of wisdom. They remind us to embrace love in all its unpredictable and chaotic glory. Love, after all, is an adventure that can leave us breathless and laughing at the same time. Now let's dive into the remarkable achievements of the one and only Keith Richards. One of the most memorable partnerships was with Mick Jagger, his fellow Rolling Stones bandmate. Their chemistry on stage and in the studio is undeniable. Keith once joked, "I'm in awe of people out there who deal with Jagger and me together. It's a circus, you know. We should have a great manager, like Barnum and Bailey." Their dynamic partnership has created magic that will be cherished by music lovers for generations to come. It's no surprise that Keith Richards' talents have earned him a plethora of awards and recognition throughout his career. From Grammy Awards to induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Keith has left an undeniable impact on the music industry. But even with all the accolades, he remains humble. As Keith once comically stated, "I've never had a problem with drugs. I've had problems with the police." Well, Keith, we're glad you managed to keep the music flowing amidst all the chaos. Looking back at Keith Richards' achievements, I can't help but be inspired by his resilience and dedication to his craft. He's faced his fair share of challenges, but he's always risen above them with his unique brand of rock and roll spirit. Keith's determination and his ability to find humor in the face of adversity have served as a reminder to us all that we should never take life too seriously. As Keith himself once said, "I'm not getting old, I'm evolving into a classic." That's the spirit, Keith. So my fellow rock and roll enthusiasts, let's raise our air guitars and toast to the incredible achievements of Keith Richards. His infectious guitar riffs, unforgettable songs, and hilarious quotes have made him an icon in the world of music. He's proven time and time again that passion, perseverance, and a good sense of humor can take you far in life. Keith, thank you for the laughter, the inspiration, and the rock and roll magic you shared with us all. Finally, the most intriguing part is Keith Richards' lifestyle and net worth. Keith Richards' lifestyle is the stuff of legends. This man has lived the quintessential rock star life to the fullest. I mean, who else can rock out on stage, party all night, and still have time to perfect that timeless riff we all know and love? Keith's lifestyle is a wild concoction of late nights, eccentric fashion choices, and pushing the boundaries of what it means to be a true rock and roll icon. He's the embodiment of excess, and I can't help but be captivated by his audacity to live life on the edge. Speaking of the edge, let's talk about Keith's net worth. Prepare to have your mind blown. As of 2023, this rock and roll legend has amassed a mind-boggling net worth of approximately $340 million. That's enough money to buy a fleet of guitars, a castle, and probably a few private islands thrown in for good measure. I can't even begin to fathom what it would be like to have that kind of wealth. But hey, when you've been rocking stages around the world for as long as Keith has, it's no wonder those dollar signs start piling up. Now let's sprinkle some laughter into the mix with Keith's comical and inspiring quotes. This man has a knack for delivering one-liners that will leave you chuckling and nodding your head in agreement. So brace yourselves for some hilarious wisdom from Keith Richards. "I've never had a problem with drugs. I've had problems with the police." Oh, Keith, you cheeky devil. His wit and humor shine through, reminding us that life is full of unexpected twists and turns. And hey, if you've ever had a run-in with the law, just blame it on the rock and roll spirit. The only rock I know that stays steady is the kind you find in your head. Ah, the eternal wisdom of Keith Richards. In a world that's constantly changing, he reminds us that the power of music and imagination can be our steady rock. Plus, it's a pretty good excuse for having a few wild ideas every now and then, don't you think? I'm not getting old, I'm evolving into a classic. Oh, Keith, you're truly timeless. With this quote, he reminds us that age is just a number. Embrace your journey and let your experiences shape you into the legendary classic you were always meant to be. Remember to keep rocking, stay true to yourself, and never forget to add a little humor to your journey. Until next time, keep the music alive. What do you think about this topic? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I'll see you in the next video.